Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Let me know if my audio is working, because if it's not, I'll most likely have to hop out of the stream and just come back and reconnect to it at a later time. Pretty much, yeah, we're here to talk about some things that I watched on a certain video about Dan Schneider's apology. So, yeah, let's get right into the topic of this video. Now, basically, I do have other things to do later on after this video. Kind of got to do some chores and all that. So regular life, livelihood things, I guess you could say, house chores and all that stuff. So pretty much, I just want to come and address this as quick as I can. But there's some things we got to talk about. So basically, Dan Schneider was the creator and I guess founder of Nickelodeon, and he did a lot of fucked up things in his past pertaining to pedophilia. So he like sexualized these women. Hey, what's going on, J Dog? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Jim Bug Films. Um, he like I don't know how to abruptly say it, but he did a lot of messed up stuff in regards to what he did to Alexis Nicholas from Zoe 101, and also the Victorious cast too. It's so shocking that Dan Schneider has done all of this. I know, and I saw the recent interview with him and Boogie, and I couldn't believe what the fuck I heard. Um, like honestly, he was an employee, play with a higher position at Nickelodeon. Oh, okay. Good to know. So basically, with what I've been seeing on the interview is that he's kind of deflecting the actual topics that really need to be discussed. Like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And I think we know where this was going to go with the pedophilic intentions and the predatory intentions. So, this dude, I'm sorry, but no. Once a pedophile, always a pedophile. That's how it is. I did see a genuine apology, and he did do the right thing by addressing it immediately, not waiting 6 months like Will Slap. Uh, that's where pedophiles don't deserve a second chance. Oh, I know. I don't disagree with you on that, J Dog. I just personally think Junebug films. I mean, you have your opinion. That being said, it is not up to us to forgive him. It is up to the individuals involved and the higher power. Oh yeah, I do agree on to that extent. But what I don't condone is making up lies and twisting the narrative. Like he twisted the narrative in that whole interview. He tried to twist it to his own benefit. That's what I didn't like. And it just proved the hypocrisy behind this dude. I mean, hey, to each their own. This is what I believe. I believe Dan Schneider is a piece of crap and still is a piece of crap. He's just already proving it through this interview with Boogie that I watched. Um, Basically, Boogie is kind of letting him run the show in that interview, and it was like a Dan Schneider interviewing himself. And it's like, you didn't ask the more correct questions and that you really needed to be discussed about. And it just, like I said, it proved that he's still lying his ass off about these things that are being said about him, which is true because people are coming out and speaking out about it, about how sick this guy. Oh yeah, I don't disagree with you on that, J Dog. It's the hypocrisy, and it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, Just, we all know you're a pedophile, so just accept it. So please stop. Stop while you're ahead, because you're just trying to. This is the predicament of what he goes and the lengths he will go to try to change the narrative to his liking, personally. And I just personally think that Dan Schneider just doesn't deserve forgiveness. Not with all of that he's done. And I was reading into Alexis Nicholas's stream, her video she did reacting to that interview, which props go to her. I know she was a victim of his, and for that, I hope you're doing a lot better because, yeah, you don't want to be around sleazeballs like him. Because basically, it just, with everything watched in that interview, I was like, I was, I almost believed it at first, but it just proved that he's trying to take power and control in that whole interview and trying to twist it to his liking and to for viewership too. So he's just full of shit. And it's just proving what he's doing. He's just a hypocrite. And he's a liar. He's a sick fuck. And like all the things I heard in uh, Alexa Nicholas's reaction video she did. And sorry about the background noise. That's my nephew. Um, she basically exposed the truth of how he is. Like when she went to him, it's not really my business to know, but she did address it in her video that she went to him for help, and he harassed and bullied her. He mostly berated her, and I was like, what the fuck does that show? It shows how much of a scumbag he is, and it shows he has not changed. He wasn't remorseful in that uh, apology. I'm sorry, but that's how I view it. And I'm sorry, Junebug Films, if you're gonna disagree with me on that. To each their own. I mean, I don't hate you, Junebug Films. You're still a cool guy. Just we're at an agree to disagree kind of thing. Because I watched some of your video and I was like, mm, but it's just proving. I'm not gonna really go that far with what I really wanted to say, but basically, I just wanted to basically address this matter because this was the big topic that was going on throughout the weekend for the start of this weekend. And I know there's a show called Quiet on Set that exposes Dan Schneider, so I think he's only doing the interview because he got caught, because he did do the right thing by doing the video. Mm, yeah, he did get caught, but it's still, he still twisted the narrative to his own image and made it seem believable for some people to fall for his tactic. So this is what they do. They It's called damage control. He's damaging, well, he's just power control or whatever it is that Alexis Nicholas said in her video, which I'm believing what she's saying because he sounds like a sleazeball. And from what I've gathered, I agreed, did it to plant another seed. Um, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's just with what I saw in that interview, I was very displeased with what I watched. I almost believed it, but when I really read into what the other person said, the actual victim, of Dan Schneider, I got to see a different light to it, a more clearer picture on, oh, so this will be what I'll be talking about. So it basically shows that he hasn't changed. He's still pulling the same tactics. He's searching for a way for forgiveness, but he's not at that, or searching for a way to feel remorse about it, but he's not at that point yet. He's still not at that point yet. He's just making himself look bad. And that's how it is. So I was very disheartened, and give me a second, I gotta mute my mic because my sister's talking. Yeah, give me a second, guys. My sister's talking for a second. But yeah, I just wanted to show my face on this live stream to address it to the individual to stop while you're ahead. And I just, I don't know, I just can't believe what I believe. Is this really Zach D Productions? Just let me know. Basically, he's trying to get a cookie. Basically. Um, yeah, if it really is Zach D Productions, I'll invite you in if you're willing to come in. So yeah, I wanted to address this matter because it needed to be talked about. I was gonna do a video format about it, but I decided, you know what? Why not stream about it? Talk about it for a little bit. But yeah, um, sure. I'll send you the link. I will be right back, guys. Just give me a. I'm back now, guys. I'm mostly gonna be taking the video format off because my advice to this person, hello, weak greatness, if that really is weak greatness. Welcome to the stream. Just making sure because there's a lot of troll accounts on YouTube. So, basically, with what I wanted to address in this, people that defend Dan Schneider, you're fucking idiots and delusional to believe that. This dude has done so much damage to the Nickelodeon, or like Alexis Nicholas says, Sickelodeon, which I don't disagree on that because Nickelodeon has a dark past. Let's agree on that. Sorry about that. My uh, sister is just dealing with my nephew mostly, so sorry about that. Pretty much, I invited someone in the stream if they wanted to come and talk, mention their thoughts about it, and we'll probably get into a little more topic about this. But after that, the rest stream will be slightly chill for the most part. So yeah, um, yeah, Zach D. Whenever you want to come in, just I'll be on the lookout for you if you decide to come in. So pretty much, this whole thing is just a tactic for him to try to clear his name, but it didn't really. Personally, it just made him look a lot worse, in my personal opinion, and that's how I view it. If and someone is here.
Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
what's up, Zach? Not too much. I'm just taking my mic off or my video off.
Yeah, Cam.
Yeah, because it kind of. Yeah. You can come in, Junebug. I I watched his video, Junebug's video, and I was like, yeah, it was almost believable.
Yeah,
The whole
I
Dan
didn't see
Schneider
all
thing.
of the video, but I did see Junebug's video. I mean, I can see where he's coming from with that.
I mean, it's an agree to disagree kind of thing. That's just all I'm
R-
saying.
Yeah,
But when I watched the whole interview on Alexis Nicholas's channel, because she was part of the Zoe 101 show, and she's a victim of Dan Schneider's. So
wow.
yeah, basically she addresses what really happened, and he did not even explain all of that in the interview. He didn't seem remorseful. He didn't seem sorry. He just seemed like he wanted to clear his name, but in a very bad image.
Yeah,
So that's why I wanted to do this, because I watched the whole stream. I was like, oh my god.
yeah. Did you
Yeah.
see the documentary?
I have not yet, but it is a possibility that I will,
Yeah, I haven't
because I hear
seen.
Dan Schneider is not directing it. If he was behind it, then no.
Right.
But since it's someone else that's directing it, I'll most likely watch it.
It's probably someone else who
It
directed.
is two other directors and co-director too, and they're women. So I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last night when I was streaming, Maloney showed up.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and he was saying some stuff there. I'm like, look, dude, you can't be going around saying this stuff.
All right. I will say this to you, if that's okay with you, Zach, if I defend you in this matter. Um, Maloney or Maloney, if I'm pronouncing it right. What the fuck is your problem? Like, you can't go around accusing people of something they're not. It's it's really bad. You can seriously get sued for this stuff. It's defamation of character.
Yeah, I even told him that.
Yeah,
So
and he,
yeah, I can
if
send.
he keeps doing this, yeah, I'll even be the one to report you too.
Yeah, did you send Junebug Films the link?
No, I didn't. But you have the link, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you can send it to him wherever he's on or whatever. But yeah, he can come in. It's fine. I, I just, when I watched his video, I was like, but why are you defending a guy that is? That's how I viewed it. But I don't know. There might be a different picture I'm seeing, or predicting it a little too much.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to overanalyze something that shouldn't be overanalyzed.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but in Dan Schneider's case, this just made him look like a total hypocrite. Yeah, sorry, that's my sister's cat.
Mhm.
Yep, Titans at
Yeah,
it again.
but,
Wow.
but yeah, but like he like last night he was talking about, oh, you did this to Leon and everything. I'm like, dude, me and Leon, we apparently you missed this, but we buried the hatchet.
Yeah, and what do you say to that?
I don't think he had anything to say about that
I think
because
this
he's
dude
just a
is trying
moron.
to cause more trouble.
Probably. He's
Hey,
just a
Hey,
what's up,
moron.
Junebug?
Not much. No, yeah, no. For those who didn't see my video, I was more saying that, like, listen, I mean, he did seem genuine a little bit in that interview. I mean, I think that honestly, I would have, if I would have done it, I would have done it with that one guy, Boogie. It would have just been me on the camera saying my piece. Like, it kind of felt a little staged there.
I
What
think
do you
this was all scripted and basically written to make it look micromanaged in a good way.
Yeah, I can see both sides. I mean, here's my thing. I'm just saying that I mean, if Alexa Nichols or any other victims were involved and they forgive him, that's awesome. But it's kind of
Well,
a
she doesn't actually.
yes. But Alexa Nichols, you know, like I've watched her stuff before. I haven't watched her little stream she did about um, Dan Schneider's interview, but
I mean, she kind of takes it a little to the extreme some of the time, but
well,
I wouldn't say all of the time she's wrong about things.
yeah, well, like the whole thing with Drake Bell, it seems like she didn't understand legal. She kind of, I'm not going to say she made herself look like an idiot, but you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to word it. Like like there's law, and then and you're overreading stuff. Like sometimes, I think it was just a lot of overreading stuff, and plus the whole thing with Drake Bell. I mean, listen, it's one of the reasons why I don't have social media. You guys have it, and you guys have younger fans, right?
Oh yeah,
Not a whole lot, but
But,
I mean,
but
younger than me, I guess.
well, let's just say underage fans that it's like, listen, you can watch my stuff, but I prefer you not to. And if they friend request you guys, and then you accidentally
Oh,
accept the friend request, that's what Drake did when he realized they were underage. And I basically think, I'm not accusing anything, but this is just a theory. We understand theory here.
right.
That
yeah.
the parents kind of set Drake up a little bit with that one. You know what I mean? I think it was basically they used Drake as a pawn.
I think that's possible.
It
Uh,
could be, but I don't know for sure. We don't know
that's
the
why
full facts.
that's why I stress theory. Because listen, parents sometimes can be very manipulative. We know this, but with
Yeah,
Drake,
like a certain person's parents are believing Pink Hyde over the Flamehead 97 on that
I
matter.
was just thinking about that incident.
yeah. Well, Drake. So Drake Bell. The only reason he pled guilty, even though he was innocent, it was mainly just a legal matter, and that's a whole nother topic for another day. It was basically some way to use the court system to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm pleading guilty, but I'm not guilty," because it would be a speedier court process. Does that make sense?
I guess.
Oh, so he did plead guilty?
Even though he was not guilty, he pled guilty because if you plead not guilty, he just had a son when this whole thing happened. He wanted to spend time with his wife and his son, so he
Yeah.
so he pled guilty because it would be a speedier court process. Not guilty, you're looking at I mean, not guilty can go on for 6 months with a court case like that,
So
or
wait,
more,
Mm.
or more.
he did was accept a friend request.
Pretty much, that's according to the public record.
That's
And
Yeah,
weird.
but he thought it was just someone he wanted to be friends with, but apparently he didn't know she was underage, I guess.
yeah, and I mean that's understandable. That can happen online, right?
Oh
I mean,
yeah, definitely.
so I think it was just a simple mistake with Drake Bell, and then when she's watching the interview, Alexa sits there like is overreading it, like how he's smiling at the victim. Like sometimes, sometimes people like sometimes what we perceive as creepy. Sometimes like sometimes it's kind of a natural human reaction to kind of smile in uncomfortable moments, because we're like
Yeah,
uncomfortable. You know, that's not us, like laughing at the victim. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
we're we're like it's a natural human reaction that if we laugh in uncomfortable moments, you
yeah.
know.
That's why I was almost tempted to subscribe to her channel, but I'm glad I did.
No, she's listen. Her channel is basically a double-edged sword. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Where
see
where
what you're saying.
where she is talking the truth, and that's great. But when you speak the truth, you must speak all the truth, not your truth. You know, it is great you're getting your story out there. I mean, bravo to Alexa Nichols. I mean, and bravo to her, definitely. But you also need to acknowledge the fact that not everybody in your listen. If somebody called her, you know, man hating, I'm not calling her that. But if somebody called her that, I'm not. I can't defend that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am not going to defend somebody and say, oh, she's because she went through a lot, and you know that's my thing though. As somebody who actually wants to get involved with family entertainment, because by the fact that Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network are not doing a very good job. I mean, Walt would be ashamed of Disney now,
oh
and
yeah,
I know what Walt would do. Honestly, if Disney, if he was still alive, even probably at 100, what Walt would be 125 years old.
Something.
Walt
yeah.
Walt would then Walt would actually start a new company.
Yeah,
That's that guy's mentality, you know. And Jerry
well, you see
Laban,
how many Disney films are kind of like copycats, like the new Wish movie.
I haven't.
That
I checked.
I
I,
wouldn't recommend it. It was a copycat of almost every movie, and it characterized the villains for Chris Pine's character, and it's like
I,
seriously.
dude, I've checked out of Disney because man, as somebody who actually applied to be chairman of the Walt Disney Company and actually got votes from some people in because I went to the cast members actually. I reached out to the cast members who could vote, and a lot of them voted for me.
Wow.
They have told me some great horror stories that I could, I am not. I'm never going to make a video about because that's their stories to tell, not mine. But
Yeah.
all I can say is I've heard some things, and it all goes back to I spoke to people who worked for Michael Eisner and Walt himself, and they said that I have the only thing I've adapted from them is what they call Bob Iger behind closed doors?
What?
Emperor Iger.
Huh.
That's the only thing I've
Ooh,
taken from. That's the only thing I've taken from them is I've adapted that, calling him Emperor Iger, because this
that's
guy,
not good.
one of the first things he did. One of the first things he did when he was chairman of Disney,
Sure.
he decreased their pay.
What?
He decreased their pay at the park
What a
to the point
scumbag.
where Disney employees cannot even have a livable wage in California. Now, granted, it is California where like it's really expensive to live there, and Florida too. But Disney can easily afford this. The people at the parks now are eating out of trash cans because they can't afford to put food on their table on their table.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
Well, I mean, I was gonna honestly. My plan was to, fight for the custom, the crew members. Because if you want to make it the happiest place on earth, you truly have to make it the happiest place on earth by paying them well.
Oh yeah.
Basically, like for me, I would sit there. Okay, well, I mean, budget out whatever state they live in, and then even parks around the world. Budget out the states on basically what would be a good, solid, livable wage for them, and
Mhm.
then you go from there. And the fact that Michael Eisner and Walt would share their their bonus with their employees, and Emperor Iger got a $27 million bonus and kept it for himself. Like, listen, hey, I like money as much as anybody, but what are you really going to buy that $27 million with? And without your employees, you would not be getting that bonus anyway.
Yeah. So he's
So
living off them.
Yeah, so there's a reason why Disney has lost $150 billion. Nickelodeon, I mean, there's a reason why parents, on both sides aren't even having their children watch it. So that's why, like, I've decided that I'll throw my hat in the ring to make family entertainment. And if one of these kids comes up to me and sits there and says, "Hey, this guy is being like a Dan Schneider," I don't care how powerful you are in my company. I'll fire
To
you.
fire them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. If I lose money, okay, you know,
Yeah.
because I'm not doing it for the money. I mean, the money would be nice, but I'm more doing it because children need a family entertainment. Like the only good show from what I've seen is on Disney Plus, and parents don't even want to watch it because it's on Disney Plus. It's that one show, Bluey.
What about it?
Like I've heard that's the only show that parents are comfortable. That's the only show that parents aren't comfortable having their kids watch now is Bluey because it doesn't. From what I've seen, it doesn't preach to the kids or anything, right?
I don't know anything about it.
My nephew watches that show, and it's fine with him.
Yeah, and they don't. From what you've seen, they don't do anything. They don't preach anything that is just like that shouldn't be in
Not
kids'
really.
entertainment. Yeah, it's just a wholesome show, and then so it's one of the reasons why, like I said, I'm trying to do. I have the script written for Snow White that I'm doing right now. I know a pretty good animator. He's actually up in Canada. He agreed to animate it. He just and like I'm not gonna I'm not the only time I'm gonna be making it. The only time I'm gonna be making a dime off of this is for DVD sales and Blu-ray sales.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
and because I'm giving all the money to him. The script is written to animate
But
it.
did you know that in 2026, all DVDs and everything are going away?
Wait, does that include like Blu-rays?
Yep. They're
Is
pulling
that
a
what they're?
Best Buy, but for everything.
Is that confirmed or is that what they're saying?
That's what some people I hear are saying. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'll
I
have
I
to
don't.
don't
wait
know if
until I
it'll
see
ever
an
go
actual
away
article
completely.
that says,
I don't think.
"Hey,
I don't. I
this
don't
is
think
what's
it'll go.
happening."
I don't think it'll go away because DVDs and yeah, people are going to streaming now and everything, but you'll always get that niche market that wants that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I mean, people still collect VHS tapes, and I mean, records came back.
Yeah.
I I don't think, and even to some extent, laser
Well,
disc.
Best Buy can suck it,
Yeah.
honestly.
I don't know. I don't know. Best Buy just
Go out
they
of business, please.
Right.
yeah. Well, they used to be so cool, but then they just started to really suck. And I'm not gonna lie. Like some of their employees are kind of creepy.
Their
You know.
employees are just like they
Well,
like to argue.
well, one of the thing that I find creepy is the buy guy at Best Buy. Okay, the guy who they literally just pay. They pay a guy to sit there and stand there. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh my god.
Like
So
that's it.
I heard that Ames might be coming back.
What games?
No, Ames, the store.
Oh, Haynes?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I don't know.
interesting.
I don't know. I think that here's my thing. Um, if no, it's just that you need an actual you need right now. I mean, it's special. This whole video should also go back to. I mean, there's a reason why I'm not trying not to take over here your stream, Brian, but
No, you're fine. I'm just hearing what you're saying and I'll
but
give my opinion at the end.
there is a reason why we need a new Mister Rogers type for kids out there right now. I'm not saying reboot
Oh yeah.
Mister Rogers because I mean look at the kids now. They're sad, miserable, and kind of the harsh reality. Have you guys heard that we're having kids right now who are in elementary school talking about ending their life?
I can believe that.
That's
So
sad.
it is sad. So we need something like this. We need actual family entertainment to teach kids values. Because if the parents don't yeah, we could say, oh, the parents should do it all day. But the harsh reality is sometimes parents won't do that.
Right.
Because I am a Christian. I do go to church sometimes. A pastor once said this, but to me said this. We don't have helicopter parents anymore, which helicopter parents definitely are bad. We now have lawnmower parents,
Yeah,
and I think we know what I mean by that, right?
I think so.
I kind of get the gist.
Because lawnmower parents, it's like, oh, you do you, cool man, and then the kid gets in. Then you wonder why the kids make, doing, selling drugs, and then, you know, and then
Yeah.
or doing stuff that is bad, because you're
Well,
not being a parent.
well,
I mean, they
my
have to
mother,
guide their kids in the right direction too. But
Mm-hmm.
my
I
my
agree,
mother.
family entertainment should definitely start coming back in a better
What
way.
what were you saying,
Right.
Zach?
I was just about to say, well, my mom, may her soul rest. Um, she was kind of a helicopter parent.
Yeah, but looking back, though, I mean, in some ways, you're thankful for that now, right?
I mean, in some ways, like in other ways, I'm like I feel like in some ways I missed out on so much in life because of that. Because like I felt like there was so much that I was unable to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, well, I think that you know, for me, like at least with, like for instance, the script I wrote for Snow White, it's
Mhm.
I it's kind of inspired a little bit by Mister Rogers and Disney because that's what I think that kids need. And when I say Disney, I mean Walt Disney era, not and some of Eisner, but not
Yeah, like from the
Iger.
'90s and all that.
Yeah, 1928 to about 2014ish, like around like Steamboat Willie to maybe like Tangled,
I was
with
about to say the
that
2000.
era of this.
I was about to say like up to 2005.
Well, Tangled was good. I did like Tangled.
Oh, okay, I haven't
Not
seen.
not
Okay.
not the not the sequel that they made, but uh, so like Steamboat Willie to about Tangled is, and then like I tell the kids the lesson of the story, and like you know, and but I at least want the animation to be really good. and
Yeah.
with it. And like I've said before, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the answer, but there's definitely a need for it, and I'm like, I want to try, to do it because it's like somebody needs to do it because look at all this stuff now. If you're going to do family entertainment, you have to have. I mean, I would love to do the live action shows. Like I grew up on, you know, I loved Drake and Josh when I was a kid. I loved, you know, I did like Zoe 101 mainly
Yeah,
because
it had
hey,
a good script, but the problem was, yeah,
mhm,
look who directed it.
yeah, and
Yep.
well, so and but I said, and here's my thing. I didn't really I liked Zoe 101 because hey, I was a teenage boy and I had a crush on Jamie Lynn Spears. So,
Yep.
and I'm sure all the three of us did, right?
Yeah, a
Mine
little.
was Victoria Justice.
Yep.
Okay,
Same.
fair enough. It's fair. I did like Victoria Justice, but Jamie Lynn Spears, and you know what? I got to say this about Jamie Lynn Spears. One of the things I appreciate about her, though, like think about, yeah, she got pregnant at 16, but what does she do? She actually was a responsible person with it and took a break from acting to raise the kid. You know, and Victoria Justice, man, whatever happened to her?
She's
I
still
heard.
doing stuff. She's doing solo music now.
Maybe she can rival Taylor Swift.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I heard
But
that
I
she
don't think
actually.
that's gonna happen because a lot of people say, "Oh, Taylor Swift's better." I'm like, sure,
I just don't think she. I don't. I just don't think she would have a chance against her.
I think the
not
closest.
really.
I think the
She doesn't
closest I could.
have the voice for Taylor Swift to be competed against her.
The only one I think that could do it if she really tried hard and pushed herself. Selena Gomez.
Not really. She's kind of fallen downhill.
Comebacks.
Could, but
Yeah.
with her new material, it's kind of been very cringy.
So, you know what I think she should do? Can she reform Selena Gomez in the scene? Because what I liked about that is that had more of a rock feel. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I would say if I were to have someone rival against Taylor, in my opinion, I'm gonna choose Demi Lovato. She's got the voice, she's got the range.
Yeah. The only thing, the stark reality is though, can she mentally handle it? No offense.
That's true. She's had a lot of stuff happen in her past, and
Hmm.
it wasn't her fault. She just got addicted to
I
what.
I actually have somebody that I think could do it.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you mentioned it before.
Gabriela Sanchikova.
I'd have to listen to her music.
Uh,
She hasn't done. She's done three. She's done two albums. She hasn't done an album in 10 years. But her
Oh yeah,
album.
that's
But her albums were in the Czech Republic. But she was trained. But because she was actually going to. She actually was losing her voice. So she got retrained by the Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy. So if you asked this girl to sing Ozzy, she could sing Ozzy just like Ozzy. If you ask her to sing Ronnie James Dio, she could sing Ronnie James Dio. And so on. Like all the great singers, she can. She learned to be a chameleon with her voice. And honestly, I think she's more attractive than Taylor Swift. Because let's face it, the only reason Taylor Swift is popular is because she's an okay singer and she's good looking, right?
yeah, but she kind of is a little radical when it comes to politics too.
True, but Gabriella, one of the things that she said, she's gotten offers to do so many things and everything. Like she's turned down. She's said in an interview one time she's turned down millions of dollars to like wear more revealing outfits. Now she wears revealing outfits like Taylor Swift does, but she wants to be like revealing, but more traditional revealing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like a very classy kind of revealing.
Yeah, and like she kind of has like more of a punk rock revealing, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. There's
And
another one that could probably compete against her. Charlotte Sands,
mhm. Well,
if you've heard her voice.
no.
Look up Use Me and compare it with one of Taylor Swift songs. You'll see the difference.
Okay. Well, Gabriella, definitely check her out, guys, because if you guys are both huge rock fans,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think this is this is the girl that could definitely rival Taylor Swift because she did a song. Um, she did "Heaven and Hell" from Ronnie James Dio, and she sounds like Dio. And this is no AI; she's actually singing this. And like
That's good.
she believe, she believes in. She was classically trained too, and
Yeah.
and she's a great guitar player. So if she got like a band, like a good band around her, like I think that she could actually bring back rock and everything. And because that's the biggest thing with Taylor Swift right now. She needs her Rolling Stones and Prince. So
No, I know.
and but because us Americans, we can't pronounce four names. Gabriella has changed her name to Gabby Gunn.
So
So
that's what she goes by now.
yeah, but if you still Google Gabriella Gunchikova, I'll spell it in the private chat here so
Yeah,
you
it's
guys can.
fine. I'll most likely write it down.
Yeah, I'll. Um, but yeah, I think she and Zach. I would say definitely have you listen to her too because
Yeah, I'd be willing.
she like she's done. She gets millions of views, and I think if she got a good marketing team around her that could really promote the album, I think she might have a chance. And plus, because the stuff you know, Taylor hangs around Kansas City here a lot, obviously, right?
Right.
But the stuff I've heard about her, it's like, dude, because did I tell you guys this story? Some guy said to her, so this guy, Kansas City takes its barbecue really, really seriously,
Yeah.
and she sits there, proceeds to tell the guy, "My meat is undercooked." Now, the guy did make an uncalled for statement, but Taylor Swift it wasn't undercooked from what I heard. It was just undercooked to Taylor Swift preferences. And
Wow.
the guy sits there and says, "Yeah, and your music sucks," to her face. Kind of uncalled for, but you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lesson there. Sometimes, even if it's not cooked to your preferences, if it still is what you asked for, I think she asked for "well done" or something like that. If it's not cooked to your preferences, that might not be that might not be a you that might be kind of a you problem.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm sure you guys have had for some foods at restaurants, okay, that like you ordered and the food could have been better and it wasn't quite cooked to what you like, but you're going to somebody
Oh yeah.
else's restaurant.
Most
You're going,
definitely.
you're going to a restaurant, so what do you expect?
Right.
As long as you didn't get food poisoning, then you could go back to the restaurant, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting to get hate from that video, but I'm just like, I knew
I
people.
watched a few minutes and I was like, "Mm, yeah, it's probably not the right thing to say in that matter, but
Yeah,
still,
well, I was trying to get across that, I mean, I'm not forgiving him or anything, but it's like it's up to the victims to forgive him, not us,
oh yeah, definitely.
and
Yeah.
that's
It's
what I
not.
was trying to get across here, and
No,
plus,
I hear what you're saying
and
and
I
how
don't
you
forget. I mean,
went
I don't
about it.
forgive him because he's better off drowning in a lake and then being hung by the neck until dead, and that's
Well,
something that,
pedophiles are gonna be what they are, and there's no
yeah,
changing that.
well,
Once a
well,
pedophile, always a pedophile.
well, we know what. Hey, we know what happened. We know what happened to a great man that spoke up against it. He whipped them out with whips and said that they're being hung by the neck until dead, and then he was punished for it. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or just
and
feed them to the alligators.
and so that's the thing is what at least I would encourage the kids that work under me when eventually when I make make shows like that. If somebody's being a creep to you, come to me. You know, I don't care how high you again. I don't care how high up you are in in this industry. And I'll fire you. Doesn't matter. You know, and you can sue
Yeah,
me for wrongful termination. Okay, I'll sit there and say, well, I provide family entertainment for children, and I am not comfortable having a creepo on set for children, and I'll go to jail. If I have to go to jail for firing a creepo. I would prefer the creepo to go to jail, but fine, I'll go to jail for that. That's not me talking like a tough guy. That's just like okay, because guess what? If uh, it's a proven fact here in prison, they don't like those type of people.
Yeah, they'll get killed.
no, they don't like pedophiles. They'll easily kill them.
Well, we heard what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Oh yeah,
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer got hit in the head, bashed in the head, uh, with a metal pipe, and
yeah. I
then
remember hearing something about that.
and then they broke a broom. They broke a wooden broom handle and shoved it up his butt.
Oh God.
Wow.
And I mean the pointy end first, not the other end.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
So
the gist.
yeah. So they don't like creepos in prison. So if they say what are you in for? I said I I used to do family entertainment and I I fired a creepo and because he was pretty high up, I got fired. You know how much respect I would have in prison.
Right.
Like I
Oh
Probably
think
yeah.
not.
I think they would be giving me a high five. So
Yeah. Who
It'd be
knows?
like, yeah, we don't like those people around here.
yeah, so I would be getting a high five. So listen, you, I mean, hey, me and Fabio joke about it. Maybe what we should do is maybe we should actually put a little fear into people who want to do that. Maybe sit there and say, if you're accused of that, then guess what we're going to do to you?
Expose.
Castration.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, that's a worthy enough punishment for him, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, a woman, because we should talk about there are creepo women out there too. I don't know what you do with them. Maybe but you need to find something because the fact that some people are even talking about this and actually defending it like what wasn't assless defending it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And this other dude, Zach Gattuso, is defending Dan Schneider. I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah, and I wasn't. I wasn't even defending him. I just said it did seem genuine, but it's like, dude, you can sit there make the videos all day, but it's not up to us. Not up
No,
to us.
I wasn't trying to like expose you in that manner. It's just I was confused and oddly curious, like, why did he say what he said?
Yeah, well, if you watch it, I did the 7 minute thing. Like I said, it's not up to us. It's up to the victims to forgive.
Oh, I like cut it out after like 3-4 minutes, I think.
Yeah, if you watch, I kind of was long winded, so because I tend to be. So,
Oh yeah, you're fine.
but
But
if you watch,
no, I get what you were trying to do in that sense, but it just
yeah, I mean, if the
I
first
don't
three
know if
minutes,
it's gonna build you a good audience. I can tell you that.
ah, well, I don't
Well,
really
you'll
care.
get an audience, but not the positive kind.
Oh well, I mean, I'll take out the trash in that manner, you know.
Yeah.
And plus, guess what? Even if they leave me a comment and they're not sitting there like spamming my chat or something, I'll, I'll always just like the comment anyway because that's good for the algorithm. So
Yeah. And there is a certain reason why video I plan on doing
Oh, is it
very
the
soon.
Larry?
That's coming out very soon,
well,
like at midnight tonight.
Larry, I never actually I don't even know this guy.
You don't want to know this guy.
Well, I don't know. Like, here's my
Yeah,
thing.
he was trying to get money from Brian, I think.
He's trying to get money from me because apparently I sold his Sega Genesis, but I needed money for groceries at the time, and I told him the truth. But apparently he's getting pissy about it. And I'll admit, in this stream, even if he watches it, I did consensually say, "Do you want me to pay you back for it?" Because I felt bad about it. So that was on me for kind of suggesting that.
Man, hey, I get it. I've had to sell some of my I've had, um, it turned out to be kind of a waste of money, but at the time it was good money. I've had to sell
Yeah.
I've had to sell some of my guitars because I had an
Oh yeah, they're
expensive
worth some money.
because I had an expensive girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But she
That'll do it.
but she was in the she got she was definitely fun, but then she was in the service, but then during her last deployment she had a 100 like 360 personality change. Like, it was weird. I don't know what happened to her with that one.
Huh.
Like probably the war affected her or something.
She got very, she used to be like, we agreed with everything, but then like she just didn't agree with me at all anymore. And then she had then she had, it was weird. Like, I don't know what happened there.
That's odd.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. And I just had to, we just had to break up. But then it's like, she's being a little bit of a Stacy. I'll say that from Wayne's World.
Oh god.
From Wayne's World. She'll like text me like in 6 months and to tell me, like, for instance, like Merry Christmas. Like, we broke up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's, yeah. Man, dating her though during COVID was definitely interesting.
Why was that?
Oh, it was during COVID.
Well, no, during COVID. Well, we broke up in like 2022, but we were together for that for around like 2008. We were together for about 4 years, and we so during COVID, she loved pizza. She could. I'm a big guy. She once ate. She once ordered an extra large supreme pizza for herself, and I just ordered some chicken wings because that's what I like. She ate the entire extra large pizza. Didn't even gain a pound.
Oh my gosh.
And that's one of the reasons why I liked her, because like she wasn't a salad girl. No offense, Zach.
Oh wow.
She she could eat like not even gain a pound. And so
That's impressive.
trying to find a pizza place during COVID was definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so then like I said, then eating like just seeing her eat, and then she would always order with stuffed crust too. So yeah, so it was just one of those things where like, wow. And then like she never was that type of girl that would be never the type that ordered the salad first. It would like I even saw her one time eat a quadruple cheeseburger.
Wow.
Oh God.
Yeah, so she could eat, and like it was just like wow. And then like she would say, like, and then like she would just stay because she worked out and everything, and really I don't know, like, and then probably being in the military, she just do some diet tricks or something.
Yeah.
But then her last deployment, like I said, she just had a total change of personality, so we just broke up because of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm guaranteed though that video is going to get hate that I made about Dan Schneider. But I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it in the worst way possible. It's just I was a
no,
little confused on how. Wait, I thought he would have more common sense than this, but okay.
well, I think I was. If you had, you kind of have to watch. I kind of made it long-winded because it's 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'll have to watch the rest of it because honestly, he doesn't deserve forgiveness because of what the
No,
damage was done and all that.
no, but I did say that he is. I did say he is better off, being hung by the neck until dead and then drowned in a lake. Because that's what he deserved. But
Unfortunately, that's probably how it's gonna end for him if he keeps going down this route.
and then if here's my thing too. I mean, if one of the people saw that, let's just say he reached out to one of them and maybe issued a private video to them or something, because and then they met up for coffee or something, and then they sat there and said, "Hey, we talked it out like adults and everything," and then they all did all that stuff, and maybe come to a mutual understanding. Then I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't change what you did, obviously, but at least like it happened. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. I guess I'm just trying to be optimistic about it too,
Oh, I know.
because at the end of the day, what's gonna end up happening to him is he's probably gonna get. I mean, all I'm gonna say right now is you better he better just kind of stay in his house for a little bit, because he is probably going people actually might start doing some stuff to him right now. And I'm not threatening him by any means, but if I was getting accused of some of this stuff, I think I would be, like, luckily the small town I live in, they don't really know about YouTube stuff. But if I was famous like Dan Schneider, yeah, I'd probably just stay in my house for a little while.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just be safe, because I mean, people are definitely a little crazy now. So
that we can agree on.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, I think
Well,
that.
don't
But no,
forget
I
that
mostly
there's
wanted to
also
speak my opinion on this matter
Oh
and
yeah.
just say it like
Well,
it was.
well, it's good to talk about it too, because you know you should sit there and talk about the creepos out there, and if I mean, Zach, I know you commented, you saw the whole video, so
yep. Yeah, you
and
have to remember too that
Yeah, I gotta finish the
there's
whole video, so I'll probably
there's
leave a comment anyway.
yeah, you have to remember too that there's people who also falsely accuse too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't like the people who falsely accuse
I know they're called
someone. They're called what?
Amber Turds.
Uh, yep,
That's
Amber Turds.
why I had to basically tell this Maloney guy to fuck
Yeah,
off, basically.
Well, and here's my thing, if and the other thing too, like, yes, if you're going to accuse somebody of something, you better
You
just
better have facts.
yeah, like, it's just, yeah, there are people who falsely accuse and everything, but like, I mean, honestly, here's what I would do because of that. What I will tell the girl, what I would tell anybody on my sets, if that ever happens, I will sit there and say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well,
well, you have to challenge the individual.
yeah, no, I would probably, no, I'd probably, basically, what's going to be happening is, remember when we were in school, okay, and we were called to the principal's office, and we're thinking, oh crap, what did I do? We have that moment, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do, because I think that honestly, if you treat work like school, it could be a good structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, remember when you were in trouble, and you knew you were in trouble, and you sat there and I don't know. We have Zach. Would you please go? Zach, would you please come to the principal's office? Zach, please come to the principal's office. You had that oh crap moment, right?
Well, it's funny because the one time that I was sent to the office in elementary school, I didn't know where I was even going at first. The teacher was just leading the way, and I soon figured out what was happening. And I'm like, wait, what did I do?
Yeah. Yep. So, and Brian, I'm sure you had those too.
Mine was pretty much I chose to do the bad things. So I wasn't a good kid. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but but anytime you went to the principal's office, it's oh crap, right?
Yeah, oh crap.
So yeah, that's my thing. Just basically, it doesn't matter who you are, and then we'll have a talk. We'll have a talk. The other thing I took away too, there needs to be, at least on sets, you need to make it a law too, where parents cannot leave, like parents or guardian cannot leave the set.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
because they're underage, so it makes sense.
And so that's what I also took away. And also, one of the things I would also suggest too is having an enforcer on set. So, like, if there's somebody, especially when you're dealing with children, if there's somebody then let's just say, being odd towards the child, that enforcer then can basically come in and sit there and say, "Hey, man, don't do that anymore."
yeah, yeah, that would make sense.
When I say
if you're here to do work, just keep it professional.
When I say it, and then if it gets to the point where it's physical, then listen. This is sometimes with these type of people, you need to kind of be Mr. Tough Guy and maybe throw them up against the wall.
Yep.
because
Yeah.
because the biggest problem right now is, okay, have you guys ever heard this story? There was a guy being weird towards Shirley Temple. It was actually her manager. So Clark Gable then wanders on set. Clark Gable at that time was the highest paid actor in the world at the time. So not that I'm comparing him, but that's like he was like essentially like the Rock of his day. Okay, highest paid actor.
Right.
Okay.
So this is now picture Clark Gable, who is not a very big guy like the Rock, but a fairly average guy. I mean, honest. So he sits there and says, "I'm looking for so and so," and he wanders onto a set that he was not even a part of. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, Mr. Gable, what are you doing here?" And he sits there and says he's looking for so and so. Clark Gable punches the guy in the face, knocks him out
Yeah.
cold, knocks him out cold in one punch. And according to reports, did not even give him a black eye. His eye was he gave him such a black eye that it was purple.
Ooh.
And they said his eye was closed for
Wow.
his eye was
Wow.
so swelled up for, like, I guess what I heard, 3 months. It was he punched him that hard where he could not even see under the eye for 3 months. So guess what? He learned his lesson after that. 'Cause- And that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems too. Violence doesn't solve anything, but there are some people that, guess what? Maybe you got to punch him in the face, right?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're not saying that violence solves everything, but if somebody's being weird, you know,
Like with the whole thing with that certain person I had a beef with a few weeks ago. Then we made up, and he showed I showed him that I was being blunt and straight to the point, and then I got
Oh,
to hear out what he said.
are you talking about Chayton or whatever his name is?
Yeah, me and him are fine now. I have no
That's
issues with
good.
him anymore.
That's good.
The only issue I have is with Umbrella.
yeah,
Like, I don't know what it is with him, but I tried so hard with him, and he did not want to change.
Well, for me, like I'm still cool with Umbrella, but there are things that like I do find kind of odd, you know.
No, he just. It's so disappointing that he hangs out with people that are pretty negative and toxic.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm.
You don't want to meet him, Junebug. You probably wouldn't like the stuff that he always says.
Oh, I've had my share of people on YouTube, and you know, they they accused me of stuff, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
they only know they want to listen to. They forget that there's two sides to every story, and
Oh,
they take
definitely.
they take another person's side, and you know, some people, without even hearing my side, they listen to the another person's side and everything. I've seen it all before on YouTube, and I've only been on YouTube for about 4 years. So
And I will say this, since I've been on probably like 6 years or so. I know Zach, you've been on here longer.
Yeah.
Um, Pretty much with some of the communities out on YouTube now, some of them are pretty toxic.
oh yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. I think that honestly, Zach, I think the best community that on YouTube is like Fabio's group of friends. The John
Right.
Zero Crew, Rambo Rap, OCP Communication. Like
Oh,
that group of people is probably the best community on YouTube
or just
because
like
Yeah.
the film community in general. Like even you, me, and your one friend Eric. I can never pronounce his last name, but
yeah, He's a part of that little group of with Rambo, Raph, and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, you guys want to know what community I used to be a part of? That was really toxic.
What was that?
The Fandom Menace.
They were pretty bad.
Oh yeah, they were
Probably worse than what I go through with people that like to dox and all that.
These were these were Star Wars toxic fans.
Oh my god.
Like the people that sit there and say Star Wars. Oh my gosh, it's Star Wars! And you guys can't see me, but as I'm sitting there bowing to Star Wars, that's what they were like. And like, listen, the Disney movies suck. We've established this, but it's. I mean, I'm not even. It's one of those things. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to say it. They're like acting like Star Wars is their religion.
It's not a religion. It's just something you watch to enjoy yourself for the time being.
It's just something to be a fan of.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
And like, so that's what they were acting like. And I was more just like laughing at them. And then like the thing, like a lot of people in that whole group are like the geeks and gamer from Germany, with Germany geeks and gamers and everything. And some people in that group I do like. Their
Right.
content, but like, oh my gosh, like, like my advice to anybody who likes Star Wars that much: go outside.
Yeah.
Go live life.
Go get laid. or something, because like, I mean,
Something.
like the girl that I'm pursuing, yeah, she's not a movie buff, but we agree on a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
And like she was telling me, she saw a movie and she saw it was rated PG-13, and she's okay with her kids watching PG-13 movies. Because as long as they're, because she doesn't see much of a difference between PG and PG-13, which there's really not.
Movies today are practically PG movies.
Oh yeah,
Most of them are, yeah.
Well, so guess what she decided to watch, not understanding that the ratings have updated. She decided to have her kids watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So she had to explain. So she was laughing. Luckily, the kids didn't understand it, but she sat there and says, "I was actually pretty uncomfortable having my kids watch that one," which I can see why.
I remember when
Trains and what?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I remember when the first Incredibles movie came out. I remember at that time there was some controversy because, like, there were things in it that were definitely not kid friendly.
Oh, probably.
Like, you have a guy literally trying to kill himself, like, in the movie.
Yeah, that kind of is a red flag.
I mean, to be fair, Superman had similar stuff too, and Superman is meant for children, But that movie is more deeper than, because that movie does kind of go back to, honestly, people who, I don't know. That movie has a deeper meaning if people realize, because it's like, okay, he didn't want to be saved. It's the whole thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great, dude, but he saved your life. So basically I do get that one, but like that one is just like, I don't know. The problem is people are always going to over critique movies to the point where, like, I mean, look at, like, there's an entire documentary about The Shining, okay, and all the conspiracies with The Shining,
Yeah.
you know, and like when like it's like, oh, well, there's a minotaur in The Shining, or this this means the moon landing. This means the Indian burial grounds, and I'm like, it's only a movie,
Yeah.
like, and like, what about the people nowadays who like overanalyze trailers?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah, like,
there is a YouTuber apparently that I used to try watching for a little bit because I thought his rant stuff on AJR was funny, but he got to a point where he started hating Blink 182, someone I like personally, um, and some other bands that they said, oh, they suck. I'm like, um, dude, you're kind of acting like an asshole.
well,
Like, your
you're not-
opinion's a little invalidated.
well, Zach, I'm sure there's bands that we talked about. I wanted to give you time and everything. That's why I really haven't done it with you. But we talked about doing on my channel album talk. Where we'll rank albums. I'm pretty sure that there's bands out there that you like that I don't like. Like, I mean, I know one of the big ones. I'm not the biggest Rush fan, so I like Pink Floyd better. But
Yeah, that's my opinion too on that. I tried getting into Rush, but I don't know. They're
yeah,
not the band for me personally. But hey,
yeah,
to each his own.
and hey, that no, that's cool. I mean, because we know that Zach likes Rush, and that's cool that Zach
Yeah,
likes
and I
Rush.
respect that.
And I like Pink. Like I said, I like Pink Floyd or maybe Genesis better. So.
Genesis is good.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but Pink Floyd's my number one favorite band of all time. So.
Yeah, you and my mom would have the same thing in common. She likes Pink Floyd too.
Um.
I mean, I got into some of their music. Their music's not that terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My favorite is yeah. Well, I must be like a real Pink Floyd fan because not to call your mom out or anything, but like, especially with my favorite song is by Pink Floyd is "See Emily Play" by Sid
She
Barrett.
likes Comfortably Numb.
I'm not a fan of the Roger Waters era because and it's mainly Roger Waters himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you kind of differentiate to that extent.
Well, it's just Roger Waters is he's gosh any anti any anti thing that you can associate with anybody, that's Roger Waters. Does that make sense?
Uh,
So he is anti everything, pretty much. Like
wow.
it's like the more and more I actually do research, you know what the Wall is truly about?
What is it?
It's one of the reasons why David Gilmour and other band members left because Roger Waters showed his true colors. It's actually a pro-communism album.
It's a what?
Pro-communism.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what Roger Waters essentially is. Which it's like, dude, you're. There's a number of reasons why. Like, it's just like I refuse to. I've had so many. I mean, I would love to see the Wall live, but I can't see it because Roger Waters is doing it. Because I just
Yeah.
do.
But
You
if
are
that's about what you say it's about, then I don't think I'd be listening to that album.
new. It's one of the reasons why when Zach and I do that album talk, which is probably going to happen at some point, I'll spoil alert. The Wall is actually probably going to be the last album because I don't re-listen to The Wall. You know, like if it's on the radio, then yeah, I listen to those songs, but that's for free.
Like, if you say older Pink Floyd is better, then I'd probably choose them over. Yeah.
Well, I like Sid Barrett, his era of Pink Floyd. He was the original lead singer, and what I like about that music is it's like early Pink Floyd. Like we're talking Sid Barrett, the first two albums. I've never taken acid, but those albums make you feel like you're on acid, and it's weird to listen to, but it's good weird. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
And like, I mean, there's
I just tried getting Zach into this progressive metalcore band, and I said their music sounds really good, and they basically try some space-like feel stuff.
Are you talking about Era?
Yeah, with two of their songs off their self-titled record.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
Who I've been listening to? It's called Aaro. Amy Osborne. Yes, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter is the lead singer. And
Nice.
out of all of Ozzy's kids, Amy has the most talent as far as music goes. Because let's put it, I mean, Kelly tries, but she's not a singer, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even think Zach has even tried to sing, has he? Or Jack?
I tried to do guttural vocals before, but
no, Jack Osborne.
Oh, Jack. Okay.
I don't think Jack has even ever tried to do anything, has he?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Amy has this new band called Aaro, and it's one of those like weird progressive new rock bands, but like kind of good progressive weird. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There's good progressive rock.
Oh yeah, like
and progressive metalcore too. There's some really good ones out there.
Yeah, well, I have been trying to get a lot of the newer bands because I kind of grew up in an era where, like, it was weird that the high school I grew up in, we like loved 80s rock and everything and 70s rock, but then some of the newer rock bands, like the guys who did like them, they were very few and far between. You know?
Yeah.
So it was like, so when I say like, if it's kind of weird, if I grew up kind of in the 80s, in the 80s, it's like I don't mean that like I did, because obviously I didn't, but like in a weird way I kind of did, because like we would always watch like VH1 and music videos and all that stuff, so it was like weird, but we liked a lot of those bands.
And remember that channel Fuse?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I missed that.
Oh, yeah.
Was the best moments of live TV.
You know what? That's something we need to come back. We need that metal show to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Well, who I've been listening to lately is Incubus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's other good bands out there too, like Accept, POD. I just got into.
Accept is pretty good.
Yeah, they have a new album coming out in April.
Oh yeah.
I need to check.
Humanoid, I think it's called.
Any band that has a song called any song that has the song called "Balls to the Wall" is awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to check out Accept, because I think I've only listened to their last album.
The funny, oh my gosh! So, I asked a girl one time who was really into Van Halen. Here's the funny thing. Okay, it was like I love asking, young people sometimes, hey, when they're like, let's say they're wearing a Van Halen shirt, and I sit there and say, what's your favorite Van Halen song? And they can't even name a single tune from Van Halen. Like,
Eruption's the best.
is that
because of the solo too. But
that
there's
was
also other ones too.
Oh, he's talking Van Halen, yeah.
Well, we're talking.
About Love was actually pretty good.
I gotta, even though I think that the Kinks, the Kinks did do it better. I gotta go with You Really Got Me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Even though the Kinks did do it better, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love asking people, like, I was just using Van Halen as an example, but like you ask them, like, hey, they're wearing a Van Halen shirt. What's your favorite Van Halen song? And they can't even name a single Van Halen tune.
Right.
Wow.
I just love that though, and then well, like I was talking to somebody because one girl saw she saw that I was wearing an AC. She saw that I was wearing an AC/DC shirt. So she asked me my favorite AC/DC song. And I told her, which is Big Balls. She gave me that look like I'm being a creepo. Like she said, that's not an AC/DC song. Like, yes, it is.
Actually, it is.
Yes, it is. And then I was at the movie theater, so she called the manager on me because she thought I was being creepy. And the manager then sits there. Yes, it is an AC/DC song.
Oh yeah. I hate to cut you short, Junebug, but I'm gonna have to end the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I got some things I'm doing around here.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
you're
but
good,
I
man.
appreciate you guys coming in, and everyone in the chat that joined. I appreciate it. There'll be another stream at a later time whenever I'm not busy with work.
All right.
But
All
other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day.
All right.
Catch you in the next stream.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.